The musical The Rothschilds first premiered on Broadway in 1970 and starred Hal Linden. It's the story of how Mayor Rothschild and his family break out of the ghetto in late 18th century Germany and manage to get a declaration of independence for the Jews. Now a new adaptation of the musical, called Rothschild Sons, is playing off-Broadway at the York Theatre.
Shoulders back, every head held high, for at last we're underway. Founders of the famous financial firm, Rothschild Sons.
Jeffrey Ross is at the helm.
There's a crack in the wall. He empowers his son to find it. He says, with God's help and your smarts, maybe you can find a way out. And in the end, they do. But the journey there is very interesting. It's about a family who's willing to risk everything to get there.
Robert Cuccioli plays Meyer Rothschild. In the musical's first Broadway revival in 1990, he played one of the sons, Nathan.
This family and this people were dealing with this for so long and way back then that it's like, this is just remarkable. And to watch this family, how they dealt with it and how they rose above it.
Unlike the original production, this version focuses on the love Mayor Rothschild has for his 5 sons. Lyricist Sheldon Harnick explains.
After the original show opened, I was in a taxi cab with the composer Jerry Bock and his 12-year-old son George. And George looked at us and he said, "You guys really blew it." And we said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, you have one romance between one of the sons." And he said, "The real romance in this show is between the father and the 5 sons." And we thought, my God, out of the mouths of babes.
Book writer Sherman Yellin says the story is as relevant as ever.
When we did the show in 1970, and even in its revival, anti-Semitism is not what it is today in Europe and elsewhere. And therefore, it was kind of a historical piece. And I think it has more relevance today than it had in the past. Also because it's about the tearing down of walls, of a man's effort to destroy a ghetto and to live a free life. And we see in Syria, we see in Hungary people building walls. We see here Donald Trump wanting to build a fancy, good-looking wall.